Let's see, we're ready to look. What you see here, it says mom's, the two uteruses butting up against each other, and here's that separation. You have one baby in this uterus, you have one baby in this uterus.
I originally found out that I had uterine diadelphys because about a year and a half ago, I had a miscarriage. And when I went in after the miscarriage, that was about 6 weeks, my OB down in Dothan told me that I actually had 2 uteruses. We first found out we're pregnant with twins, one in each uterus. When I had my first, I believe it was a 7-week ultrasound down in Dothan, and during the ultrasound, we just wanted just one healthy baby, one healthy heartbeat, and we were pleasantly surprised to be told by the ultrasound tech that there were 2 healthy heartbeats, and actually there looked to be like there was 1 in each uterus. So I think the ultrasound technician and the staff were just as surprised as we were.
I was speaking to a colleague about, we were not using names, but a patient that had this uterine diadelphys and twins, and in my mind I just assumed that he was speaking of Shelley, and it wasn't until several weeks later that I learned that actually there were 2 patients, and Shelley was the second of this type of very rare pregnancy. So I definitely was able to learn from my partners taking care of Kelsey about how things may go at the time of delivery for Shelley. They were able to do a typical uterine incision for Kelsey. That was difficult to find that in the literature. And so I was very interested in how they technically did that C-section.
The plan for tomorrow, we will be the first case of the day. We will have 2 separate medical teams dedicated to each of the babies. Their plan is to consider it a very similar C-section in terms of the start of the process and the procedure, but it's going to go a little differently once they get in there because they don't know which baby will be presenting first or be easiest to access first. On March 6th, the day of our delivery, the team did a fantastic job.
It was probably 4 or 5 minutes until they had Kaylee out. Kaylee was crying, and I'll never forget that sound, that immense feeling of relief, immeasurable joy. And then we got to do it twice because 2 minutes later they pull out Camden. I got to walk back into the room holding each one of our babies like I was holding 2 eggs.
So this is Kaylee, and that's Camden. Kaylee was born at just under 6 pounds, and Camden was born at 6.5 pounds. I think good bedside manner it's a skill, but it's also a passion. And so just kind of seeing that embodied in every single staff member that we've come across has been such a blessing.
So just a huge thank you to them for their expertise, their patience, answering all of our questions. We're certainly grateful to everyone here.